Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Live Ones. It is Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Happy Veterans Day. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to all who served. And folks, I tell you, there is maybe no greater example of just how supremely overvalued the position of quarterback is in football than the story that is just breaking as of this recording. Cam Newton going back to the Carolina Panthers, the team that was done with him. Their quarterback, who was so shell-shocked after the beating of the Broncos defense gave him in Super Bowl 50 that he instantly became a shell of his former self. 3 years of watching his production just constantly fall off to a full 100 yards less per game, fewer than that 2015 year. Watching his QBR rating fall down into the high 40s, that guy is getting another chance because shiny new toy Sam Darnold has lost 4 out of his last 5 and hasn't thrown a touchdown since week 6. They figure really how much worse could Cam be? Panthers are sitting at 4-5. They are only 2 games out of first with 8 games to go. You know, it's not unreasonable to think that they could make a run with McCaffrey back at running back, but even so, you knew Cam wasn't your guy in 2018, and now he's 3 years older and even more shell-shocked after his run with Bill Belichick and the Patriots, losing his job to Mac Jones. Now you're, hoping he suddenly remembers how to be an MVP? I don't get it. I just don't. In other NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints, Seattle Seahawks, and New England Patriots are apparently the finalists in the running for the Odell Beckham Jr. sweepstakes. Beckham wants to spend the rest of this season with a playoff contender and in a winning environment and just wants to watch them all play on Sunday, apparently, to thin out the offers. Can he offer each GM a rose and ask them to continue this journey with him? Because with the level of drama he brings to any locker room, that'd be very appropriate. We were 2-1 on our picks last night. You had to watch Twitter to get them. Had a really bad Tuesday night. We're just trying to get back to 500 from. That gets us a little bit out of the hole. Still a lot of week to get it right, and as is the case every Thursday, we've got NFL, college football, NBA, and NHL to cover. Let's get right to it, and we're going to start with Thursday night football. Baltimore Ravens, Miami Dolphins. Baltimore has played the Dolphins 3 times in the last 5 years and won all 3 games by a combined score of 137-16. It's been flat out embarrassing. Just looking at the matchup tonight, I think we could be in for another blowout. The Ravens are second in the NFL in total yardage, 8th in passing, 1st in rushing, despite all the running backs they've lost to injury this year, and 7th in total points scored. Again, this is remarkable considering they've had the season from hell when it comes to the sheer number of injuries they're dealing with. Credit Lamar Jackson for shouldering the load for this team on offense. Miami's defense is 30th in yards allowed, 30th in passing yards allowed, 17th in rushing yards allowed, mainly because teams have so much success through the air against them that they don't even bother running. And 27th in the league in allowing an average of 27 points a game to its opponents. Baltimore should have absolutely no trouble putting up points on this incredibly suspect defense of the Dolphins, but I want to take their team total on the first half so as to not worry about Jackson starting to get tired by the end of the game, considering how much he tends to run the ball himself. Give me the Ravens first half team total over 13.5 points. I think 2 touchdowns is a virtual guarantee for this team to open things up in the early going. Only one college football play tonight. There are just no profitable angles on it. North Carolina and Pittsburgh. It'll probably be fun to watch, but I just don't know what either one of these teams are week to week to justify touching it. Lay off that game tonight. Over to the NBA. Sixers versus Raptors. Sixers are the losers of 2 straight, and it appears for all intents and purposes like the COVID outbreak is starting to catch up with them. But even without Embiid, without Harris, without Thibault, and without the pissy Australian prima donna, this team has still managed to put up offensive marks that are the envy of the league. Second in the league in field goal percentage, tops in 3-point percentage, second in free throw percentage, almost 110 points a game. And remember, they're putting their bench out there for the full game these past 5 games or so. That's how many people they've been missing. This bench has really done a yeoman's job. Tyrese Maxey especially looks like he might be one of the best Sixers draft steals in recent memory. Toronto's offense is subpar, 103 points a game, just really inaccurate with their shooting. The Raptors come into this matchup after dropping 3 games in a row and on a back-to-back. But Seth Curry is also questionable tonight with a foot injury. How much worse can things get for the Sixers health-wise? So I don't particularly like a side. What I do like is the Sixers team total of 107.5. They've only failed to crack that twice in the last 8 games, even with all the talent they've been missing on offense. They just find a way to get it done, and with the Raptors tired tonight and the Sixers good and rested, I think they get that total up there again tonight, win or lose. Give me the Sixers team total over 107.5. So last play tonight over to the Nhl Flames and Canadians. Just don't overthink this one, folks. I know the Flames had a bad, unexpected loss to San Jose. Believe me, I was shocked at that. But I think they definitely were overlooking the Sharks with how shorthanded they were due to the COVID outbreak. That's not going to happen tonight. They're not going to do that twice in a row. Meanwhile, just a few months removed from a trip to the Stanley Cup final, the wheels have come off the Montreal Canadiens. The Habs have skated to a 3-10-1 record and a minus 20 goal differential through the first 14 games. You know, we knew the Habs couldn't score. We knew it going back to the playoffs last year. But without Carey Price, with him dealing with his knee injury, there's just no one to put this team on his back and carry them to victory. Without him, the Habs are nothing. Do not overthink this. Take the Flames here on the money line, nice and simple. You can get it at minus 135 right now. Decent chalk for a hockey game. All right, that's it for tonight. Everyone, bet safe, stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at Live One Sports. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV at the Live Ones. Have yourselves a great Thursday night, and I will see you tomorrow.